What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Talk to Me. No, it's Jimmy Oaks podcast, brought to you by Talk to Me Night Studios. That's how long it's been.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, and I feel real bad about it. We were in Ireland. I was in Ireland for a while. The boys were going to do a podcast, but some things happened. We'll talk
about it maybe. I guess.
But we're here, and thank you guys for being part of the Patreon. And today we have two special guests right here. We have Spoon. Everyone knows Spoon. Welcome to the channel, Spoon.
What's up, guys? What's up?
And then you guys know Wild Steve. He pokes in and out.
Hi, guys.
You're like a hidden treasure of the channel.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice compliment.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You know,
Wild
sometimes
Steve.
Wild Steve.
The wild one.
I feel like it's weird because I've had people come up to me and be like, I know you from Jimmy Oaks channel. I'm like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, whatever. And I'm like, I'm just a background character. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
that's a compliment for me. That means I made it. If my boys that are just chilling in the background.
We're all background characters to Jimmy Oaks,
no.
man. No, in all reality, this is all brought to us by you in the most humble and the beautiful. It's us.
Yeah,
but we were just saying earlier, he's the guy. You decided to pick up a camera back in whenever you did and did your thing and amass this. So be proud of that, man.
Yeah.
If we had a round of applause sound effect, we would do that.
Thank you, boys.
For sure.
But today we usually ask for Patreon questions, right? Because this podcast is for you guys, exclusively the Patrons, and we like to tailor it to you guys. But it was a little last second. We've been having a really hard time finding time to do podcasts, which
for sure.
Who would have thought finding an hour and a half a day a week would be so difficult? But it really is. Yeah. And well, we're gonna go right after it, and I want to talk a lot about Spoon. That's what I want to bring in here. You know, you're a new employee. Spoon's a little shy with the mic. He's new to this, so be patient.
Huge introvert.
Yeah, but it's funny seeing it. You know, like we're so like home broke to the camera now. Like I used to be so shy. Like I used to get like choked up, my anxiety just having the camera out, and I used to have to like the amount of takes I used to have to do.
Right. Bro, I was always that shy kid in school, just quiet.
That's it. Just doing his own
no
thing.
game, didn't talk to no girls.
No game. When you start getting girls, Spoon? I know there was probably some,
14, 15.
Oh, okay. So you were chilling in high school.
Yeah,
you were the man.
I didn't lose it till
you play
15.
sports?
No, never a sports guy. Always car guy. I don't know.
Huh.
Ever since I could remember, it was cars.
Really? Was your dad in the cars? Nothing.
No.
Your friends, older crowd that lived down the street?
Cousins?
I was a baby.
Nah, he just hates money.
Always cars.
He just hates money.
That's how you know
money.
car people. You hate money.
No.
What do you do if you're not into cars? You just like put money in.
And you get married. You have kids. It fucking sucks.
You go to a club on the weekend.
You go to club on the weekend and you blow. So I don't know. All my friends are car guys, so I don't know what you do when you're not in the cars.
Shit.
I guess you play sports.
You guys watch sports.
Sports
at our age.
Watch sports.
And have you ever thought about it? Like, well, what else would you do?
Have relationships with ladies. You could,
shout out to my girlfriend.
Shout out to my girlfriend. My queen, Stephanie.
You could draw. You could, I don't know. You could be a candle maker. You could be a doctor, a lawyer, anything.
But where do you put your money? You just buy you go to Home Goods and you buy signs that say
Home Goods and reliable dailies.
Huh.
Nah, we got Corollas. We have reliable.
Nah, for sure. I sold my Corolla.
But that's what people, I guess, spend their money on. Who I guess aren't spending them on.
So you've been a car guy just forever, just like you were the kid with the cars, vroom vroom vroom. I love that.
Staring at lowrider magazines.
Really? Yeah. So when you were 14, what was the car that you wanted, like at that age? Not like the supercar, but like the realistic car.
E.G. Hatch.
It was the E.G. Hatch.
He was staring at the E.G. Hatch in his fucking crib as a baby.
It was nothing that anybody put me towards like a Civic or not.
Really? So you weren't influenced by nothing? You just it was the.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret about Spoon. He's Puerto Rican.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I was thinking it.
It's in the blood.
That's in his blood. Nobody had to direct him to that. It was there already.
That first time he heard,
I remember the first time I heard a Civic.
Just like
in person. I remember the day.
Let's hear it. You were napping in bed. You heard a B series. Your eye opens.
I was inside in the basement.
Yeah.
And you heard the bonk, bonk, bonk.
The idle surge.
The idle surge. Go into the backyard. Peek my head over the window, the fence. White E.G. Hatch.
God damn.
LS swap.
He looked down and his umbilical cord was right there. And they
Spoon was 14, got his first hard on, got bitches after that. I got the whole story figured out.
We could go a lot of places with
I mean, to think about it, if anybody did put me into like direct me into Civics and stuff,
Yeah.
it was the guys next door.
Yeah.
Because they were the guys that whenever they needed the car washed or anything, it's like, yo,
The guys next door. Like, what do you mean, guys next door? Like people just in your neighborhood, like
it was a group of guys next door.
that had them Hondas.
The older dudes, the cool guys,
the street pharmacist.
the street.
The drug dealers with the Hondas. That's another Puerto Rican thing. Drug dealers and Hondas, like they just. That's growing up. You just see.
I mean, if you want to afford the Honda,
exactly. I mean, I don't know why they're into them, but it's just a Puerto Rican thing. I think,
mean, your product or your environment.
Do you think drug dealer? You became a drug dealer and then came into Hondas. I feel like he was a Honda guy first and then became a drug dealer.
Yeah. It could be. It could go either way. Honestly, for real.
So look at that. Cars are a gateway drug.
Yeah, for sure. Because they want to get the cars, but how we get them?
Right.
Sell drugs.
Drugs.
I mean,
money.
to think about it, this was
That's one way.
04, 05.
That's a
06.
brand new car. EG
Like, people
Hatch was a
forget-
brand new.
Yeah, they were nice then.
They were.
That was like right after the first Fast and the Furious, where the whole street racing craze came. I don't think people realize
What
how
did those?
old I am.
What did those MSRP at? Like,
It's because you're a handsome fella.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
you're
you.
timeless.
Oh, my boy's pretty.
Yeah, you're timeless. It don't
Facts.
matter. Don't matter. How old are you?
33.
I'm 32.
I'm 30. You're not that much older.
Yeah.
Young
Gangsta.
motherfucker over here.
That's it.
Jimmy 17.
Yeah,
No,
young
not
and
that.
handsome.
Aunt 17.
So so I grew up right after that.
Yeah. In the
Fast
heart
and
of that.
Furious,
Yeah.
like street racing was wild.
Spoon Walker.
Yeah. Growing up, I went to a couple like just New Haven, going out to New Haven and seeing those street races and just, I don't know, kids in the neighborhood like with Hondas and stuff. Young Puerto Rican kids with souped up Hondas. It's just, they didn't, I don't know. I wasn't really in the car, so I don't know. A lot of them sounded annoying to me.
If you guys are from Connecticut, Spoon, you grew up in Hartford.
Grew up in Hartford.
So Hartford, New Haven, those are the two.
Bridgeport, Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport.
Those are the meccas of Honda.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But like they all battled each other.
What about what about Waterbury?
And
I feel like
Springfield.
Waterbury,
Yes.
I definitely raced a lot in Springfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely.
I'm talking about for CT, but yeah.
As far as like street racing, is that where mostly it is in New Haven and Hartford?
It was mainly Hartford.
Yeah,
like
but
the mecca of it when it was like really live was always Hartford. Everybody from Mass, Rhode Island came down to Hartford.
Yeah.
there was a huge like Hartford Springfield beef for a while. It was like every weekend.
It got to the point where they were shooting.
Bodies is
one guy got
dropping.
shot at the line.
Yep.
I mean, that's money on the line. When money's on the line, things get weird.
And if people have never been to any of those like street races, it'd be like it gets really heated. You know, it's like street dudes that are racing their car. They're not racing them. They got money. They have somebody driving their car. They'll have a driver, and it's like it's a sport, you know. And people get crazy over sports, especially with money involved. So
Make sure your mic is tight back here.
Yeah,
sounds loose.
It's wiggle diggling.
Yeah,
Sounds like somebody's got they're making a bowl out of a Coke can. And they're just pushing it down.
I don't know what it is. This happened last time.
This thing doesn't spin right here. In the back.
Nah, it's not. It's tight.
Steve got the wiggles.
I got the wiggles.
All right.
I'm just
Try not to touch the mic then.
Touch the mic, Steve. Shut up.
So Spoon, what was your first car then?
First car that was registered or first car that
Bringing it back to the Puerto Rican
what was
my very
so
the first car that I would consider my first car was a 91 EG Hatch. EF Hatch.
So you got it.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I ended up working out a couple paint jobs with my stepfather for it.
So your stepdad
So
worked on
he
car.
bought it for his son, and he saw that I wanted it.
Yeah, because
And he was like, well, all right, well, we'll buy him another car, and you got to paint 3 cars, and the car is yours.
he put you to work.
Yeah. I mean, I was always grinding. Like,
I mean,
that was the thing with the guys next door. Too.
I
Like,
respect your stepdad for giving you that lesson.
They always saw me doing things around the house or
Yeah.
doing things on cars, even on like my older brother's cars. I'm the youngest of 3.
Yeah.
But I was always the hands-on one.
Yeah.
Like, even growing up before cars, like, I was that kid in the neighborhood that had a big bin of bicycle parts.
Exactly. Yeah, I know that. I knew that.
And I'm sitting here putting bikes together and taking them apart.
Exactly.
A builder, a taker apart, or a hole digger.
I feel that, dude. I grew up next to a recycling center. It was like the funnest thing ever. You sneak into the recycling center after work, and you just like take all the old bikes and shit, and you like Franken bike shit.
That's
like,
fire.
Lived in the hood. There was always bikes, parts everywhere.
So many stolen bikes. So many stolen bikes in like my adolescence that were just like circulating. Like, it's crazy.
Bro, we jump on a couple bikes right across the river to East Hartford and just ride around, see who left their bike out in the front yard.
Oh my
Then
god.
the few kids whose parents did buy them their own bikes, it was like, bro, you're different. Like you got it going on, because my mom wasn't buying us no bikes.
Nah.
Bikes were expensive. Aren't
Yeah.
bikes? I remember them being like, I wanted like
$100,
a nice bike, and being like
The moms.
trying to ask my moms or ask my parents, and we looking at the prices, and they're like, bruh, this one
That's why I put mine together.
this one right here does the same thing.
I went
like,
to the dump, and it worked out. So okay, so your first car was that hatch.
EF hatch.
What color? What'd you paint?
White.
And
It was originally white. I painted the gunmetal, shaved the moldings,
shaved the moldings.
built a speaker box in the back with 312.
And how old were you?
14, 15,
That's
15.
sick. No way.
Yeah.
So you've been about it for a long time.
Yeah, but even before that, like even as a kid, all I did was like I built those model scale cars, the ones that came all white plastic, where you got to paint everything and glue everything together.
I got a van like that I'm gonna bring in. You could help me, give me some tips, because there's a fire ass van model one I have. Continue. Sorry.
But yeah, I think that's definitely where I get my attention to detail from.
Yeah.
So was your stepdad a big influence with the car stuff at all, or no? Did he teach you
He
things?
just bought a car.
He just
I was
finessed
at
you
that-
for some work.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Stepdad
'Cause I was
has
already-
energy.
I
It's
was
like, you
already-
look like you like to work. Learn how to paint, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I was already at that age where he came into our lives where we were already older, so it's kind of like not my kids. I really don't.
Yeah, not
gotta-
my kid, not my problem.
Yeah.
Did he just? I hate to bring this up, just family issues.
Nah,
But
sure.
did he just give his son, the stepbrother, just give him a car?
Oh yeah, his brother, his son, his kids were good. They were golden childs. Couldn't do nothing wrong.
It's so interesting, because can you really blame a guy like for, you meet a
you
girl,
come
you
into
got your
somebody-
kids already. I'm definitely taking care of mine. Now I gotta.
Like your kid's 13, like he's good.
Am I obligated to take care? I mean, that's how my father, when I met my father, and my mother had kids from previous marriage. My pops was the opposite. He was like, whatever I do for my kids, I'm gonna do for your kids too. So shouts to OG Larry for that. I will give him that. He always, if somebody got
everyone has
everybody got
different,
some shit. But that's interesting. Family talk with the
Family
Family
talk.
I don't get me wrong. He wasn't a bad person. He took care of the house.
Yeah,
you know.
for sure. Did his thing.
Him and my mom bought a house and got us out of the hood.
Are
And
they still together?
Nah.
That was mom's boyfriend.
Shout out both of them anyways.
Shout out both of them. That's what's up, though, man.
Okay, so you started with bodywork and audio, right?
So I grew up staring at lowrider magazines just because of paint jobs. Just
Candy.
Everything.
Yeah. So going into high school, I went to a tech school. Going into it, I already
Sorry, boys.
Goddamn thunderstorm in here.
middle school.
Yeah.
I already think because my brother went to the same tech school.
Okay, so you already saw the path.
So, but he took culinary.
He was just cooking.
Yeah, nasty chef.
Nice.
So I already knew I wanted to go to that school. I knew they had auto body program. I already going into it. I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So
but
you step in and you're just like, was it the situation where like you stepped in and you're like, I already know all this shit?
Yeah, because I was already painting bikes.
That's what
I
I'm
was
saying,
already just used to sanding and prepping stuff.
Yeah.
So going into it, like I said, I was always fairly decent at doing anything I put my mind to it. Because even like when you go into a tech school, you got to go through all the trades.
Yep.
And going through all the trades, I was that kid that was always trying to do something and the kid that wanted to participate.
Yeah.
When it came to trades, when it came to fucking classwork, nah. I'm not.
But getting your hands dirty, it was all about it from the jump. You could tell that about Spoon from a mile away when you meet him. That motherfucker is about.
I just want to work.
About putting some work in, getting his hands dirty,
being accomplished
for sure. I fuck with Spoon heavy.
So,
shouts to Spoon.
Shouts to Spoon.
Real talk. Real talk.
Say it, Steve.
Dude, I was gonna say it, but
say it, Steve.
Shout out to Spoon.
There you go.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Got two Steves in here. This is weird.
I love it though. You know? I've never felt like he's infringed upon my Stevedom. You know, he's his own Steve. He's down here. He's like Wild Steve. He got his own energy, own flow. I never really get. Sometimes it'll be like Steve, and it'll be like, you know, it's just your name.
Wild Steve.
Wild Steve.
So let's time back. I'm sorry. I feel like the whole purpose of podcast is a sidetrack, but
That's good.
I'm asking these questions out of just like curiosity for myself.
Yeah, because like, it was weird because me and Jimmy, we've known each other, but we haven't gotten to know each other.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
For sure.
You guys getting to know each other a lot better now.
Yeah,
like, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I guess I'm just asking for.
Yeah,
we spend a lot of time. I mean, we all spend a lot of time together. We're here all day, every day.
It's really like family shit. We was talking about that earlier. Not the sidetrack, but the camaraderie is real over here. It's not just like on the videos. Like,
and everyone's a little different in their own way, and it just adds to it.
For sure.
And that's it. So, Spoon, you were auto body shop in high school. You did that all through high school.
Yeah, all through high school.
All through high school, and you told me you worked at an audio shop. Was that during high school? Or after?
No, that was like, you know, when your parents, I don't know, in Spanish household, like your parents want the minute you turn 16, go get a job.
Get a job. Work.
I fought that with my mom all through high school.
Yeah.
But the minute I graduated, boom, job next day.
Yeah.
And it was the audio shop.
Yeah.
And I worked there.
Were you doing side gigs and stuff during high school though?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like I said, the guys next door always put me on. So, wire my system. I'll pay you. Wash my car.
So you was a young kid that always had a couple of pennies to rub together.
So grabbing that's how I did everything to the Civic. 312s, radio.
312s and an EG hatch. The glass be popping out with that.
But it was still all just stuff that I scrapped together. It wasn't all. It was what I could get.
Yeah.
He found a broken Chuchero behind the shed.
Word.
Give me that. Like,
it was glowing.
It was glowing.
Spoon.
That was it.
Sand me.
So you're doing side gigs. You're learning your craft. Now, were you doing a lot of mech stuff, or were you doing more just bodywork system stuff, staying away from like, you know, turbos and
I was never a great mechanic.
Okay.
At that point, it was mainly just bodywork. I'm a good bodywork painter. Systems,
attention to detail,
stuff. Yeah,
I didn't get into. I didn't get into. I didn't get into. I mean, I did my own stuff.
Yeah. Just being crafty.
But like getting into actual motors and all that didn't come till later.
Yeah. That's a weird transition, right? Because that's when stuff gets really expensive. You know, like the bodywork you can get by doing a long time for the low. Because it's more labor than it is money, and you could use cheaper supplies and get good results.
That's how I got by. I just used cheaper supplies and just put the work in.
And put the work in, the good prep, and then boom. And then like same with the audio stuff, you can kind of, you know, you could build boxes for cheap. It's just a lot of work and like the wiring stuff. But like,
that's how I got by for a long time.
You can't fake the funk with the mechanical.
It's expensive to get into making a car fast, and like think about just like putting a car in a standalone ECU or whatever you need. You want to put bigger injectors. Injectors are big money. ECUs are big money.
This is stuff we weren't even thinking about at that time.
Yeah. Well, so I'm talking just from personal experience. It was like I got a lot of shit for a long time on channels and stuff like that. But why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this?
It's expensive.
It's just I don't have the bread to get into that. You know, like
back then, me growing up, we didn't have fuel pressure regulators. We had FMUs.
FMUs. Fuck those things.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know what an FMU is, I'm happy you don't know what
I
FMU
don't know what that is.
So essentially what it would do, it's basically a fuel pressure regulator where it would take a vacuum reference and it would
put pressure on your stock regulator.
And put pressure on your stock regulator. So as boost increased, your fuel pressure would increase.
Oh, okay.
So essentially it would combat not really having a tune.
Yeah.
Right. Because as pressure increases in the system, you need more fueling.
Yeah.
And the pulse with the injectors is not changing because it's a stock tune. But if you change the pressure, so more fuel is getting through the injectors with that same pulse rate. Oh, okay. So it's like
it's a Mickey Mouse. It's a back.
Yeah.
It's a back.
It's Mickey Mouse as fuck.
A lot of Mickey Mouse back
then. A lot of Mickey Mouse then, but it worked, right? So you put FMU and you retard your base ignition timing.
Just turn the distributor.
Turn the distributor, and it was like a little power band.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fire.
It's like double VTEC.
Double VTEC, inefficient as fuck, and then boost hits, and it kind of works.
It is the wrong way to do what you're trying to do.
I melted a piston or two.
Oh my God, I bet. Because you're like, 26 degrees. 30 degrees.
Yeah, but what was a B series then? $50?
Oh, yeah, you can get a B-Series long block anywhere.
Dude, we'd be down at Hartford.
You make a call, somebody bring you a whole car.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like,
you got to get rid of it.
But what color you want?
You got to get rid of it.
Because I was down at Hartford right around the same time you were, like, just hanging out, and, like, you'd see cats Friday night, they blow their shit up Saturday night, they're back with the same car.
Yeah, that's what we lived for.
Yeah.
Like we need to
What a
make
fun
it.
time
We
that
need
must
to
have
make
been.
it Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, damn.
And that's all they cared about. If
That's
you
it.
melted it when the sun was coming up Sunday morning,
After
it didn't
high
matter.
school to my early 20s, that's all it was. Street
it.
racing and drinking and smoking.
hanging out
And hanging out.
being a dude.
Yeah, but like being
Digging
a
holes.
late
Digging
teens,
holes.
early 20s kid.
Digging holes in the city.
But don't get me wrong, I always maintained a job. Like I'd leave the street races at 4 a.m, go to work
For 7.
catch a nap because ain't nobody coming in till 6,
Clock in at
and
Circuit
then
City.
work. Yeah, nah, I was working at a machine shop.
Oh,
an
you worked at a
aerospace
machine shop?
Yeah, I worked at an aerospace machine shop as maintenance.
Really? Damn, just like the right good gig that
Bro.
popped up.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
That's not the New Haven joint that you told me about.
No,
right?
no,
That we
that
gotta
was
get to
way
that. We're
before.
gonna bring. That's gonna be a question I asked you about. But go ahead.
I mean, ask it. I want to hear. No, fuck.
So Spoon was working. You remember that? It was what was it? It
was a chemical plant.
chemical plant in New Haven that blew up.
Oh, Jamie's playing.
yeah,
James,
yeah.
He was working. He was on the clock when it happened.
Yeah, me and Jamie, I was leaning into Jamie's window. We were talking about Omega.
Shit. Boom.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Blew the roof off. And me and Jamie run downstairs and we run towards the blast.
You gotta Google this shit. The picture. Of it,
Well,
the
I remember
whole-
hearing about that. Okay, so let's put some background information. So you guys, we reference Jamie Marsh a lot, right? Jamie Marsh is kind of like the local tuner hero. You guys see him on Adam's channel. He's a very, very talented tuner, car builder, whatever.
Jamie's the guy.
But he runs a chemical plant in Connecticut. He's actually a chemical engineer by trade, which is super gangster, right? Like I was like, Jamie was like my inspiration for life. Like you think about, whatever. So Jamie used to get all his boys jobs at the chemical plant because I don't think the resume need to be too deep on that. Just like,
Nah, Spoon worked there.
yeah, so when you say chemical plant, I'm like, okay, yeah, Jamie got you the job. And so a couple years ago, the chemical plant fucking blew up and took out
Look at the pictures.
took
of
out the corner of the
roof.
building.
the corner of the building.
Look at that
was
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. I was on the other end of the building upstairs in the control room.
Just you and Jamie talking about Omega, which is Jamie's car. And
That shit is nuts.
it's funny hearing that.
Wow.
Everyone knew about that explosion, but it's funny hearing like the inside talk about, we were just talking about Omega, and then boom, the building fucking exploded.
Bugged out.
Dude, and stuff like that is like you either experience that stuff or don't. Like I currently work at a magnesium and aluminum foundry, and for anyone who knows
So,
anything
yeah,
about
exactly.
magnesium, that shit is dangerous.
It gets
when
wild.
Highly
Yeah.
explosive.
You seen some shit?
I've lost my job. I've seen the building burn down.
Yeah.
Like sucks, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen fire, like straight up a volcano hit a 30-foot ceiling and burn it. And it'll humble you quick, man.
Chemical like that shit is
Yo,
different.
it is no
It's in
joke.
God's hands at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
real.
So like until you are at work and then you're like, oh fuck. It's just a different there's like, oh fuck, like I made a mistake, or like, they're selling the company or whatever. And then there's like half the building is fucking gone. Or like
It's a different level of, yeah. What did you guys feel? I can't imagine how Jamie felt when that happened.
I mean,
Knowing Jamie, he probably looked at his phone. He was like, "Oh fuck."
no, it was literally just sprint into action. It was like we didn't think about it. Like we were kind of already trained to like, because
Yeah, if you're at a chemical plant, you guys gotta have like some like training process for if shit gets wacky like in
Well,
place, right?
am I the only
When
one
I-
imagine them in lab coats?
Yeah, like
yeah,
Walter,
yeah,
like
for
Walter
sure.
White, Breaking Bad,
Black Air Forces for some reason. I don't
Black
know why.
Air Forces,
Yeah.
non-slip
So
though.
Non-slip
Yeah.
OSHA, Black Air Forces.
so rewind all the way back to when I first started working on the chemical plant.
yeah.
It wasn't even running yet. Like Jamie had worked with the engineers
was a startup.
to assemble the plant and everything. And they cut so many corners. The engineering side of it was horrible. Like we were able to actually get it up and running because of Jamie. Jamie figured it all out.
Crazy.
Like the whole engineering firm had no idea what to do. Jamie literally sat there and just figured it out.
That's why he gets away with so much.
Exactly.
You're good.
So we were trained to run to shit fucking up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no, go fix it. We need to fix it, or
Yeah,
this
yeah.
place is fucked. Or if this place doesn't start up, we have no job.
Yeah.
Like we need to get this running. You need to fix it right now. So we were used to that.
Yeah.
So when it blew up,
What's funny though? Like that's such street racer mentality. Like who would have
Fix
thought?
that shit.
Who would have
It's
thought
not
that?
for everybody.
No, but who would have thought a bunch of street racer kids would be the perfect people to run a goddamn chemical plant?
Sounds right to me.
Genius, right? If I ever make a chemical, I'm gonna go to Hartford. Find a bunch of street racers.
Yo, we can make anything work out of nothing.
That's it, on a dime, and you're ready.
Tuners, a bunch of tuners. That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was just crazy.
So how long did you work there for?
3.5 years.
Oh, you worked there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then is that when you transitioned into working for yourself?
No. So it got to a point where I was just just mentally dead.
Yeah.
Like going there, you go in 12 hours a shift, 4 days. Like luckily I had 4 days off, so it kind of
4 days on, 4 days off. Right?
I put up with it because of that for so long.
Yeah.
But
man, coming back off those 4 days must have been rough.
It didn't help that we flip flopped. So 1 week you would work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. 4 days off. Then you're working from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Wow, that's like shit.
That's just like a mind fuck. So on when your whole equilibrium.
So your body was already fucked by the time you even got used to it. Oh my god.
That explains why Jamie starts tuning at like fucking midnight.
Yeah. Well, no, Jamie doesn't have that schedule. Jamie has a regular Pearson schedule.
Yeah.
only the operators have that schedule.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it just mentally I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So it was just to a point where on my 4 days off, I was already doing side work at the body shop that I worked at previous to working at the chemical plant. I was working at a restoration shop up in Enfield. Definitely can hear Loopy now.
Yeah.
So I was on my 4 days off. I was doing side work, doing restoration work, and he offered me. He's like, hey, if you ever want to come back full time, like the door's open. Yeah. I'll pay you.
If you want to
I'll pay you what you're making there.
And you don't got to work fucking.
You don't work with magnesium. Give me a call.
So it was just to a point where like mentally I just wanted a steady schedule.
Yeah.
And like I wanted to work on my craft more.
Yeah.
So I went back to the body shop.
Yeah, because it sucks working at a place like that. You don't feel like you're progressing.
No, I was already at the highest I was. Like I was already a control room operator. Like there was nowhere for me to go above that.
For sure. So you're just collecting paycheck, and that's it. That's the only perk you get.
Getting paid good money, just doing nothing. Sitting there watching YouTube videos.
Same. You feel like you're going to a job, not a career.
Exactly.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
So. And it just mentally it got.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
So when the body shop offered me a job, I was like, all right, fuck it. Go back.
Yeah. I'll get better at this.
Yeah.
At least I'm progressing as a person.
Exactly. I went back to the body shop and I was doing all the restoration work, which I love. That's what got me into fabrication.
Yeah, you gotta have patience.
Work.
Yeah, patience to do restoration work. God, you gotta have so much patience.
So
props to anyone that does that.
I would do it still. I don't mind doing it.
Write that down. Still dibble and dabble. Kind of still dibble and dabble.
86 is waiting for me.
86, yeah. She a good girl. But weren't you doing exclusively like Cope Mustangs or something?
Yeah, we did a lot of they did all the work for ERA and New Britain, which is they make Cobra kit cars. And
wow, so you were just straightening fiberglass all day.
The Cobra sucked. That was nothing but body filler and sandy.
Yeah, because they're fiberglass bodies, and fiberglass is just.
Yeah, and that mold probably over time goes to shit.
It was easily 100 hours of sanding.
Probably like 10 hours just to line a door.
I did two Cobras from start to finish. I said I'll never do it again. Not by myself.
Yeah.
I told him no.
100 hours of sanding each one, you said?
Yeah.
Dude said below his pay grade now.
I mean,
shout out to Spoon.
Shout out to Spoon.
But even then, like I went back to do the restoration work. Like I'm a person who hates general repair work.
Yeah.
Like even when it comes to maintenance.
Well, because there's there's almost no satisfaction in it. It's just like you're just like a manufacturing process.
So I'm the same way when it comes to body work. Yeah. Like I hate doing regular collision work.
Yeah. Because you're like, I'm not trying to make the same thing come back. I want to do something cooler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
so it got to a point. So it got to a point where he had me just on collision work, and he had me on the shitty used car collision work.
So there was like already pre-damaged other than the collision.
It was make this shit work.
Scully body work. Look at him.
Like I'm not. I don't want to pay for a new fender. Fix that one.
Yeah.
Like, and it got to a point where it's like, again, just mentally dead. I'm like, yo.
So
it's not fulfilling.
It's not fulfilling.
You're kind of newer to the fab work, aren't you?
Yeah, but that explains the transition there.
Yeah.
Because somebody brings him a car and goes, this has nothing, and it leaves with something. So he's seeing that, that it's always a big transformation when you're a fab guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless you're a bad one.
Because I feel like I noticed you being newer to the fab work world.
Yeah, I didn't start fabricating and especially like welding 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
So it's fairly new.
Okay. So you started to do that on the side, like you always do inside. Car guys just naturally do side gigs.
Oh, I've always done side work.
It's because
I've
we
always
hate money.
Yeah, because we hate money.
I
We need
always,
more.
I always maintained a full-time job and always did side work.
So you were doing the body work, and I could assume just like any other car guy, you get to a point where you're like, you know what, I can't rely on someone to do this. I'm going to learn how to do it.
I mean, I was the guy that was always willing to try to do my own stuff.
Yeah. So
Like I left the professional stuff when it came to like engine building, transmission building.
sure.
I left that to the professionals.
Yeah.
Tuning, leave that to the professionals. But everything else, I'm willing to try.
for sure.
And I've always been like that.
Yeah.
So even coming up, because I was always in street racing, because I was always around car guys, and I was always willing to try something, I was just slowly just
Taking it all in.
taking it all in.
So when did you actually transfer to the side work stuff? Because that was what, 2-3 years ago, right?
To full time, just me on my own. It was 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years when you got that shop, right? That was 2.5 years ago.
I've had the shop for a while.
Have you? I was supposed to. You know what's funny? I was supposed to get that shop, and then I decided to go to I don't know where Drew is now.
Yeah.
Passed on it.
Yeah, I passed on it. It's funny. It's a really funny concept. Like, yeah,
Isn't it ironic?
Yeah.
I don't think the people that aren't from around here realize how close all of this stuff is. Like even like like your original shop, and then the stuff that was also in that plaza at the time.
Yep.
Which some people don't like to bring up, and then like the other shop where Spoon is.
Oh, all my shops in the last 4 years have been within like 0.4 miles of each other.
I love it down here.
Yeah, North Industrial Raceway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
but
a
like
lot of stuff around
between like, well, I guess we'll say Drew, shout out Drew, and Derek and Spoon Shop and this current shop where we are now and your old shop. It's like there's a lot going on in this area.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh
a
yeah, no,
sick
this is
area.
this is the sickest hub.
Jamie's right there.
Yeah.
John,
The
Johnny,
Cartuccios.
More Fab.
Yeah.
DJ now across the
Shout out
across
DJ
the hall.
Noah. Yeah.
Like no,
Yeah.
this is
E-boy.
this is
This is
definitely
spot.
the
E-boy world.
hub of the car scene right now.
Yeah. So you transferred what, 3 years ago? We just talked 2.5 years ago into doing your own full-time work.
So I was at the body shop, and when he got me into doing just like the
general repair
I was
stuff.
doing less of the restoration work, and he had me more on the general repair stuff.
Yeah, because you're probably good at it, buying that shit out.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it was
Business move.
like I hate it, but I'm good at it.
yeah. Necessary evil.
Bro, it got to a point where it's just like I wanted to do better for myself, and I'm putting all this time into making somebody else's dream come true, or putting money in their pocket, knowing how much they're making.
Yeah, with almost no reward though, because you're not building stuff you want to build. You're not
Exactly.
You're just
building yourself. You're not building.
You're not building.
Your name,
Yeah, you're getting
not-
good at. You do your craft, but
And at that point, I've had a good enough name outside of that
Yeah.
to where I was busy on the side.
yeah.
Like I was literally working all day, leaving work, hitting the gym, going to the shop till 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, going home, crashing for a few hours, then going back to work.
Yeah, because I feel like I've learned about you just from being on this road and like being at the dyno and all the Civics coming on the dyno and stuff. Like I know way too much about Civics. People don't realize how much I know about Civics and like case and all that stuff just from literally where we are. And it was always like, I know Spoon because you were the guy. I remember you were known for doing the front ends. Because you used to do the metal front end, the skeleton front ends. Everyone wanted that. It was like, God damn, you actually got Spoon to do that.
They still want them.
They still want them, yeah.
I got a few DMs.
So I'm gonna ask now: is your nickname Spoon the relation to the Honda world?
I love
You
this
heard the story.
I love it.
No. So Spoon wasn't even anything car related.
I thought it was forever.
So my buddy, we'd go hang out with him and his girl at her house. And she had a little sister. And she was like, oh, Spoon. I'm just going to start calling you Spoon. You're skinny with a big head.
Looks like a spoon.
You look like a spoon.
Dude kind of look like a spoon.
and it stuck around for a little bit. And I didn't mind it because of the whole Spoon sports on the Honda. I was already a big Honda boy. So the whole Spoon sports thing.
Yeah, because I bought you a Spoon sports flag.
I gotta go
for
grab
shop.
it. Yeah,
we gotta hang it up. We gotta hang it up in the corner now. Yeah.
So I didn't mind it. And it just stuck around.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's fly.
It just stuck and just...
If everyone doesn't know, Spoon's real name is Josue.
Josue.
I didn't know that until he brought his Instagram back recently.
Yeah. We had
I didn't know how to pronounce it. I was like, he's Spoon. I'm going with that. We had
to bully him back and get it. Steve, nice work. That was all Steve.
That was me, right?
Yeah, no, I took a hiatus from my Instagram.
Yeah, it was
good though because I was able to focus on everything that I was doing.
Yeah,
and we were busy.
Yeah.
Lime Rock,
It was a transition too. It was like in the period with him, I feel like with you, trying to maybe accept less side work, have less people hitting you up.
Yeah, I was more focused on getting what I had already at the shop done because we were already talking about transitioning
coming over here.
So I mean, build up to the whole transition thing, right? You're working for yourself, and you know, a lot of guys want to work for themselves. It's a big thing. Now, from someone who works for himself, being in the Honda community, fab community, whatever, what did you hate the most about all of that?
It's hard because people don't realize, like, I'm in it by myself.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just you.
No support, no family, no friend. I don't have anybody helping me.
Yeah.
Like, up until recently where Nick was coming over and helping me do a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And helping me do the stuff that I didn't want to do.
What about Anthony and stuff, too, as well?
Anthony didn't come into the picture till recently.
He's recent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, Jerry was always around and always helping me, but everything was always on me.
Yeah.
Like, I had to do everything. And it's not like I just do one thing.
Yeah.
Like, I do a lot of everything.
Yeah.
I'm building full cars. And
well, I see these guys, they drop their cars off like for a battery box, and all of a sudden you're wiring the engine and we're doing like the all-wheel drive conversion. It's just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, so it became daunting.
Yeah.
And just, bro, between that and everything going on in my personal life, it became too much.
Yeah.
And I was burnt out and I was unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And just we talked about it before.
Yeah.
And like me and you, we talked about it. Yeah, come up with a number, and we both got busy and kind of forgot about it for a while.
It was a busy summer. It was a busy summer. Yeah.
And then when we did the Chaser, you talked about it again. I was like, yo, I'm to a point where I need to change. I'm not happy. I need to change something.
For sure.
Shout out to you for admitting that, though, because I mean, we've all watched all of our friends, not all of our friends, but like everybody has friends in their lives that are super hard workers and good at what they do and whatever. You can shower them with compliments, but like you just watch them run themselves ragged, and it's just like, what are you doing, man? Like, are you gonna work yourself to death?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying you're lazy now
or
whatever, but like I'm really happy for you that you like took a step back from your own life and were like, oh, I need to be happy again. Like I need to find that happiness.
Exactly.
Awareness of yourself, awareness of like where your mental is at and how important that is. That's like Steve was saying, that's very commendable. You know, it's a lot of people don't do it. Enough people don't do it.
No, yeah, exactly. Be rational with your own brain.
For sure, for sure.
Well, here we are, new environment. We get you out that dark cave,
dark-ass cave,
that unhealthy dark-ass cave. I walk in there, I'm like,
a bright sunny corner.
I'm by myself 90% of the time in those four walls.
Yeah,
I would lose my mind.
Fuck,
yeah,
like
it was dark over there.
That's probably not better either.
No.
Yeah, lack of vitamin D. Pause. But yeah, I mean, son, we got a nice sunny window in the corner.
This is clean the house. Like, I'm gonna clean the windows for Spoon. Show him what sunlight is.
Get my boy right. For sure, man. It's been awesome having you. I was super stoked when I heard the possibility of you coming over here and just like, you know, the building of the team, another, you know, key integral piece of the team. And since you've been here, it's been dope. And I just knew it was going to be the right thing. You know, I knew it was the right energy, perfect fit. It's not just for the internet. That shit is like,
this is it. No, I could. I mean, personally,
you know what I mean?
I couldn't be happier. Like,
exactly.
To be honest, like, it's a big step and it's hard. Like we talked about before, like giving up responsibilities has been hard for me because it's like, you know, like I'll drop cars off for like the exhaust and intercooler piping, but I've usually always just done everything myself.
Because I was just gonna say but what he was saying about how it's just me. That's him.
Yeah,
he acquired and even you. I feel like if you decided to make the decision of, hey, it's just gonna be me, you had people that are started to gravitate. You could put a team together and you could probably, you know, man some type of ship of yourself if you wanted to. But you gotta want to do that, or you gotta make the conscious effort. Jimmy did that knowingly.
It's not that easy in the Honda community either.
It's just not that easy in general. It's not that easy. Whether it's cars, whether it's you're trying to do a fucking food truck, whatever. It's like,
and I hold myself to a huge, like high standard to like. It's hard for me to let other people do stuff for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I get that. Yeah,
so
I get that.
You
guys are they're very similar in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
and it's cool to see the
like I have a very particular way of how I want to do things.
Mm-hmm.
I think people like us, and the reason a lot of us get along is because we all think very similarly. And it's like, I personally have an issue where like I can watch somebody do something, right? And they're getting it done, right? Like the result is the same, good result, whatever. But I'm just like, that's not the way I would have done it. Therefore it's wrong. It doesn't make it wrong. Like it's this weird mental thing in my head where I'm just like, oh, I would have did it this way.
I don't think I'm that stubborn. I think it's more or less just like I take a lot of pride in being the build. You know what I mean? Like putting it together and all of that. And it was like kind of, I don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
But I've learned that like we always say what's the phrase?
It's if you want to go.
No, if
it's not a good phrase.
If you want to go fast, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Exactly. And I just, for me, it's
and
just
I learned that just being on my own, like, bro, it takes a team. You can't do it on your own.
Yeah, if you want to get to that next level.
Exactly.
And like I could build cars, take me a couple months and like, push off projects that I wish I could do, but I don't have time because we got to focus on this. And like, maybe I won't build some to this level because it doesn't make sense for videos because I can't build that fast enough and edit the video and film it and be a part of it and like have this is my life because that's all I have time to do. But like, so like getting Spoon in here is like, now we could do the stuff that
do
like,
a lot of things.
I mean, look at the E36, good example of tearing that thing apart. I would never do that. Not just because like I wanted my pretty street car, but like a lot of that work,
you wouldn't want to do
it just not that I wouldn't want to do it, just wouldn't make sense for videos.
Yeah.
Like I like Spoon have noticed the
YouTube world is like, you guys need to give Jimmy a little bit more credit because this YouTube
dude,
world,
those comments are ridiculous.
I don't read them. I don't read them.
I read them because
it's a lot of good shit though.
No, it is. Honestly, I'm so thankful to like my community is so good.
Amazing. Like the love I've gotten so far is unreal.
It's amazing. And
unreal.
And the coolest part is like, it's not just like, yo, you're the man. People like will put thought into
their comments.
In their comments. And it's like, you're just,
it makes like everything worth it.
It is. But like, there's just like, but then there's the rotten comments that are inevitable. So I'm like,
you can never make anybody.
That's the universe.
You can never make everyone happy.
Exactly. So I try to just like skim and like, I wish I could like, every time you see those nice comments, I wish I could just like dap someone through the screen. You know what I mean?
Just a little bop on the
I see you. Thank you, bro. Like,
nah, we see you guys.
We see you guys and we love it.
I try to go in there sometimes and hit a like from my little ghost YouTube account.
There's a little Steve with the ghost account.
Ghost boy.
This is not Stevie World. Like,
I think it's just tough because from an outsider's perspective, people think that like you have unlimited funds, unlimited resources, unlimited parts, supplies.
Everyone thinks it's unlimited time.
And what that really ties back into is like, how much time do you have into gutting the E36?
2 days, about 2 days of work.
Like,
so like
2 days of straight work.
Let's just say like 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
But we'll throw a number at it. Now, if you did that, that now delays that video, right? So if you delay that video one day, you got people in your comments like, yo, you missed a fucking upload.
Exactly.
And it's like,
he's shooting the S15 video simultaneously while Spoon is doing the other thing in the background. So it works.
It works because like I can't do a whole video where I spend 2 days doing nothing but I mean, I could, but that would be like, I'd have no time to do all the background stuff, background. And then like, then I'm behind.
But just going back to like the comments, I seen a comment the other day where it's like, or it was today or yesterday, it was like, oh, I love the energy now because this video would have been just the S15 on the dyno.
Yeah, the side missions with Spoon now.
You know, I got to find that balance because I don't want to like, I honestly hate when channels get too busy, like because it takes a personal touch out of stuff and like
I know what you mean.
I'm going to use LZ as an example. He'll have and I get it because he's doing a lot at once, and a lot of stuff he's doing not for videos, but it's for himself. But hey, they're going to film it because it's happening.
Yeah.
And like sometimes those videos kind of freak me out because not freak me out, but like stress me out because it's just too much.
They're bouncing around,
and it takes the personal. Sometimes it takes the personal touch out of some builds.
Yeah.
So I get really nervous of that aspect.
I think it's a perspective thing because I do see where you're coming from, but for I feel like an average consumer, they're like, "Oh my god, this guy got so much shit going on! Like, it's happening! Like, wow!"
Well,
that's like
I think just like balancing what kind of projects are happening at once is the big thing.
That's going to be the
balance between the two of them.
Yeah,
right.
And I think you're naturally a good balancer as far as like direction of your vlogs.
Yeah,
and stuff, you know, he understands the flow.
Spoon's learning.
I'm learning.
That there's some things that don't make sense, but
I mean,
you got to do it that way.
Directorial Jim.
It really is all about perspective, and like I feel like I'm in that middle perspective of like a consumer of your videos and products and whatever, and kind of not being involved here, but like
me too. Like I love my position because it's like
But I can see both sides of the coin, and you know, you look, and I understand people's perspective of like, I want to see the S15 start to finish, right? Yeah. Well, it's like, okay, there's some hiccups in the way, and we're doing these other things, and you want to showcase what those other things are, whether it's, you know, going to Ireland or whatever, this and that. But people don't realize what it takes to build and maintain all of the things you have, and how often, like, think about the fact that people want you to build a car. Now, I mean, I've built a car, right? If I had to build that car and showcase my work every 2 or 3 days and have you know, an outcome at the end of this, like, you know, whatever it is, whatever the goal is at the time, it's like, I think people don't get that. Yeah. That, like, you know, it's not just like, oh, well, I had this whatever chassis and then here's the outcome. Like it's so easy. Like, I'll use my car as an example, right? Like, I can show you a picture of my car 9 years ago and show you a picture of my car now. And it's like, oh yeah, it's got shiny paint, the engine base purple, whatever. It's got a built motor in it. And you have to do that every 2 days. Yeah. Every 2 or 3 days. So it's like,
I wish we had like,
on top of everything else going on, because it's not just that. Like, you still have to manage all of us.
Get the business.
Make sure parts are coming in. Make sure shirts are getting ordered. Like,
dude, you got a real ass life.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
He has a company.
Shout out Steph. Shout out Mama Oaks.
Bro, shout out to we need to do like a whole ode to Steph, because she like
you need a shrine.
Thank God she's been around for a long time, because if she's like walked in half,
like, when does your girlfriend see you? Because I'm always with you. You know what I mean? Type shit. Fuck.
I think when we see her,
she gets a nice shift.
I think
Hold on.
I think when we see her, she's equally surprised to see us. You know,
hell
like
yeah,
everybody else.
Oh my God,
it's sick though. You're a hell of a guy. We were just saying, like, what a fucking guy, right? Hell of a guy, man. That Jim, that guy that
doesn't give himself enough credit.
He doesn't, for sure. He's hard on himself, but how can you not be? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you're the chosen one, it's hard to step into that and like fucking own it. You know,
not even that, is like, you have to level up every time.
Every time.
Like, especially nowadays, to keep up in the YouTube world, like, you have to level up.
Well, you gotta keep.
But you're consistently doing it at a rate and a level that's like so genuine. It's just for me like a genuine level, a progression that, you know, when the level up happens, it's like, yo, this was right on time. Yeah, this was supposed to happen.
I mean, it's like a lot of foundation building too. Like, Jimmy is doing a lot on the sides, like building a strong foundation, building that strong team.
You guys are too good to me.
I also,
we're done circle jerking. It's not a circle jerk.
It can be.
No. Nah, you gotta give your boys their flowers.
Shut that camera off.
Shut the camera. Turn the lights off.
Leave the candle.
But it's funny because, like, I mean, this is the time that we get to like sit and like talk about this stuff. So it always comes in, but I love you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, love you too.
You gotta give your boys the flowers.
But fuck. So okay, I want to circle back to Spoon, right? So Spoon, you've been here it's been 3 weeks, I think. Right? Yeah. It's crazy. It's only been 3 weeks, right?
Fast.
So when I was
weeks fly by
in Ireland, I was like, holy shit, I have so much stuff that needs to get done. I'm leaving to Ireland and I'm behind far. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't come back and be just as behind. So
and you were a little under the weather before you left, didn't you?
Yeah. I got sick for a week, and then
which put you even further behind.
Which put me. I've never missed a week worth of videos in 4 years. I was stressed.
That was crazy.
And I was sick. I wasn't just like, you know how it is. It takes a lot for me to fucking be here.
I didn't know. I wanted to talk to you and make sure you was good, but I was just like,
I was so sick. I couldn't even use my phone.
I've seen you here super grumpy, miserable, in the corner, not talking to anybody, and you pick up that camera and there's that stupid fucking face, stupid like smile, just like, oh,
let's get it.
Yeah. You know, what's going on, guys?
Okay, I have a big love-hate with that, you know what I mean? Because I hate that, where it's like sometimes I feel like it's like it seems like it's you being fake. Nah, but it's like
it's the show must go on.
It's the no one wants to see you not be your best self. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and be my best self at the time that I fucking can. I'm gonna suck up.
You're still holding yourself to that standard.
All the bullshit that's going on at that very moment and just push it the fuck aside. It's just like take all that bullshit, push it. Best self is right there. Grab it.
That's it.
I think you do a hell of a job.
You know,
I admire that because I'm such a miserable fuck all the time.
Bro, imagine having to make a vlog every other day.
That's why I don't.
A rainy Monday after a fucking shit weekend. Yeah. But it's a skill you learn. It's just like you unlock like a part of your self control.
And it's worth it. And at the end of the day, I know it has to, in your mind, register. It's just worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth it to suck it up.
Well, I don't want to.
Some shit that's not.
I don't want to edit a video and see myself being a case of the Mondays.
Yeah,
I don't want that energy personally. Like I'll edit a video and I'm like, dude, cheer the fuck up. Like I'll talk to myself. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. I watched that VVL video on Tuesday.
That was hard.
Wednesday.
That was I tried. I tried.
You didn't even drop the song at the end. You sad little motherfucker.
He got called out for that.
You sad little fucker. You did that on purpose or what?
No, I didn't even realize it, bro. Music?
I was like, yo, I feel like
besides the B-roll, there was no music in the vlogs. I always put music in the vlogs, especially if you're talking. Well, that was hard because I had a fuck shit weekend. I'm gonna say it.
And then a rainy Monday.
And so like, here's the story, right? I didn't make a video yet, but my coupe fucking totaled right now.
Smoke's back.
Someone took the front end off the coupe.
That's job security for Spoon.
Yeah, bad.
I've had a few people tell me that.
So like, the worst part was too, it was in the beginning of the day and I was driving sick.
Spoon paid them.
Door to door.
Killing it. I was so excited to get that C10 with my boys. And like it was the beginning of the day and we were in I'm going to tell a video about this, but we were in a 5-car tandem. Anything over 3 cars sucks, right? We all spun out. I'm the 4th car, but we spun out gracefully together because we were all very close, right? They call it the death gap. If you're far away, that means you got more speed to total someone's car. So it's safer to tandem closer. It really is. So like
that makes so much sense.
Yeah, isn't that crazy,
dude? I mean, I don't drift, but I've been around it for.
I learned that like 6 months ago, and I was like, oh my God, now I'm less nervous to tandem. You know what I mean? Because like, get closer. You're going to cause less damage if shit happens.
Yeah, well, you have that same momentum.
Exactly. So if they spin and you spin with them, you don't really hit that hard. Like the cars that hit, there was 3 of us that hit.
You made a small mark on Jay's door.
A small mark. My car was fine. And then the problem was the last car was coming in hot trying to play catch up because we were all way faster than him because his car was small tire, blah, blah. And he came in hard and just took my front end off.
I swear the car was on top of us.
Dude, pushed my car back.
I saw a video of it.
Yeah, pushed my car back and then hit the car in front of me and smoked his.
Took Jay's car.
Yeah, well, he luckily my car took most of it, but it pushed my tower over. It's bad and like so that's why it's important. When you're chasing,
don't fix the towers.
Don't cut the line because when you cut the line and that's how all these cars get totaled. Every time you see a bad collision, it's because someone was playing catch up. They cut the line, they spin.
I mean, we already got hit once that day, anyways.
Which was dumb too, but that wasn't fatal.
Yeah, we were able to get back on track.
I lost a brick.
Yeah.
And you know what? I wonder if the brick would have survived probably the fucking whatever. I lost another brick, so be it. That was just a dumb drift accident.
Oh, you lost the other brick too?
Broken too, right?
No, my passenger side brick has been mint for years.
Yeah.
It just I keep smoking the left side, but for some reason the passenger side never gets hit.
He had the eye patch on the other joint, right?
Yeah, so
did that get smoked?
No, I got it.
We got it. But the brick got smoked because of some other accident that was just dumb. I don't even know how it happened, but it's drifting and you look at it and you go, fuck it, let's get back on track. You know what I mean? So be it.
Do you still have that brick?
Yeah.
I need a piece of it.
Okay, you got it.
Let me get a piece
I love you. Thank you very much.
I think you want the lens, right? The lens. Yeah. It's good.
I can return it eventually.
Yeah, you're good.
Can I say something about the whole situation though? Because that was during Staggered. I'm DJing. I'm cool. I pulled up. I parked my car right next to Nasanda, and what I thought was so gangster about the whole shit. This is just from outside perspective. It's like you were saying. I'm like a consumer. I'm outside of it, but it's unique because I'm a part of it, and I'm in it, and I see everything that's happening. So I have this like double kind of like perspective. And he came, you could tell he was bummed out, but he started up his other fucking car that he has there that's ready to go, got in his shit. Everybody was just like, oh, Jimmy's getting in the Honda. Like, I just saw people just like their phones coming out, and he just fucking takes off in his other.
Bitch on 2-step the whole way. Takes track officials off.
I pissed the track off back.
Takes off in his other car and just goes and does his thing. That was gangster.
Shout out
you know what I mean? Yeah, shout out to Sonda.
I appreciate that. So coming back to this, Coop got smoked, whatever. So I was rough. It was Monday morning, but I wasn't being a sore sport about it. I was just like, I was tired. It was Monday. It was raining, and I was like, okay, let's get the VVL running, and I'm gonna play that win, and I'm gonna ride it. I'm pretty good about getting my victories and just soaking on that victory.
Yeah.
And like, so we came in Monday and we grinded to make sure everything was good so we can just drive the car.
Yeah, we buttoned everything up.
Yeah, we buttoned everything. We went nuts. We then sourced everything we needed for the following day. We couldn't get that day. We were all different parts of the state that morning. We got all the fittings, did all that. We got everything good, and it was like 2 o'clock. And I was like, I just want to turn the camera on when it's victory time, because like I just want to do that, right?
Yeah.
I was like, let me test everything one more time before we turn the camera on. Everything's good. I push the clutch in, engine stalls. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And this is like built motor, like biggest fear is like
Wild Steve,
Wild
Steve. Lemon.
Dude, I'm so
sweating. So like the energy was already like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Now like 2 cars.
On top of everything else.
On top of everything. And so like, and I'm pretty, I try really hard. I've learned through many lessons, like it's not, don't be a sore sport because it doesn't ever, it's not good. And
it never pays out.
It never pays out.
Nobody
so
roots for the sore sport.
Exactly. So you don't see me kicking shit, like punch in the air. I'm putting that smile on that needs to be on and just like dealing with it internally. You know what I mean? And whatever. And then I throw my bitchy comments to my friends, but you know what I mean? Like that's just like whatever, but nothing like rude. I'm just like, it happens. Fuck it. Let's move on to the next thing. We like talking about it doesn't fix it, right?
Yeah.
And so that happens and I'm like, holy shit, I'm thinking the worst out of everything. We checked everything. We went over, we checked.
Did every test we could think of.
Every test we could think of and like we couldn't get any info.
Talk to everybody we could.
I called every fucking person that I trusted just to get any type of confidence
or anything.
Or anything I could fucking think of. Even Big Al was here, which is like the big block engine builder. I said, Al, you fucking help me here, buddy.
Tell me what you think.
Tell me what you think.
And I just want to listen to somebody.
Yeah, just fucking say anything. And so like we couldn't think of anything. And like I was like, and all was panning out to the motor being just too tight. And what happens? It happens especially when it's sleeved. Fucking everything about that block
for a few years.
Sitting around for everything about that block is custom. There's nothing.
It's ridiculous.
That engine's ridiculous. I don't think people realize how ridiculous that engine actually is. And it's so overkill. It's so fucking overkill. It's dope. And so
it's like it's a 2 mouthfuls to explain everything that's done to it.
Yeah,
sounds amazing.
It's an 800 horsepower engine.
It sounds
to make a
awesome.
4-cylinder that's not like fucking K series capable of, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. And especially for a rear wheel drive engine, like I feel like front wheel drive engine just almost or fucking built better or something, but whatever. So
I don't know. Spoon melted a couple B series.
Yeah, with
that was a long time ago.
That was the FMU.
But
nitrous with no tune.
Yeah, that'll do it. But
so like Honda gang.
So we were convinced the motor had to come out.
Yeah.
Everyone that came down here convinced the motor had to come out. And like, and I texted you because like I said, we both talked. I don't want you to find out through the video.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be good.
No, exactly. Because Steve told me the motor, and we both knew. Like Steve gave me a great deal on the motor. It was expensive as fuck, but the motor was worth a lot more. He plugged it for the sure, homie price, and so like whatever. And like he was like, oh, and I told you, I was like, do not stress about this. I was like, this doesn't.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Nah, I lost sleep.
Really? I feel bad.
How can you not? Though, at the end of the
I know.
Day, like,
Well, and
I tried to like make sure you knew that.
better?
Yeah.
It's not that I like didn't believe you by any means. Like, of course I did, and like I felt that our words back and forth were very genuine to each other. But it was just like worst fear type thing, right? Like your worst fear is that happening. My worst fear is that happening to the person that I sold it to.
For sure. But I mean, we also did that. Like I know that doesn't mean anything because your subconscious will be subconscious. But we did. You gave me the I don't know 100% about this motor price.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, like again, we had that agreement, but it's just like you are my friend.
Yeah.
And that sucks for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I watched the video today at work because shout out to me for quitting my job. And I was like, yo, he's doing money runs. I am off the hook.
Good. I hope you're fucking your phone.
Yeah, I dead ass texted Travis and said, yo, at 24:30, he does a money run. I'm off the hook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at that point, if anything happens, your fucking fault. But
wait, you did the...
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, the limiter was so...
I wasn't there.
It was such a soft limiter that when I hit limiter, it was just like...
I was almost disappointed.
I know, but it's... I couldn't.
No, it's a high limiter. Not after this week. Maybe we'll try again next week.
Yeah, we'll try. I'll buy some spare rocker arms and we'll try again. But
it's a high limiter.
But it was a weird thing, right? So I was trying to find... I couldn't even figure out a game plan, right? Because say the engine was too tight, which everyone thought it was too tight, right?
Some people saying the clutch, a lot of
the clutch. But here's the thing: we checked everything with the clutch, like really, and everything panned out. Everything checked out, and that was the crazy part. And it's like we didn't want to take anything apart because we were hoping we could come up with some more tests to do before things were apart. Because once it was apart, the tests ended. You know, and I was trying to find like a game plan. I was going nuts.
We couldn't think of anything being wrong.
We couldn't think of anything being wrong, and nothing goes shines of anything being wrong besides it tightening up and shutting off, which a thrust issue is like your most terrifying issue because it'll just wipe everything out.
That's DSM problems.
Yeah. Then there goes your block. And that money, that block had so much money into it, not just the internals, the block itself. And so like freaking out, like, and we couldn't even come up with a game plan because I couldn't get a hold of any engine builders that would potentially even look at it, you know, because that's their craft. Let them do their craft. It's like, you know what I mean? Like if I have a fucked up tune, I'm going to send it to a tuner. You know what I mean? I mean, I know how to tune, but you know what I'm saying? But like, and so I was like, I don't even know what to do. I don't have no game plan. What the fuck? And so I'm talking to more people and like, I get a hold of one of my really close friends that like, I was like, I didn't even know why I didn't think of from the beginning. And he's one of those guys that he's very talented from end to end, from building engines to tuning them. And I was like, oh my God, this is a perfect person to talk to. And he kind of gave me the confidence. He's like, listen, check this. And if it doesn't check out, see what happens, right? You're not going to cause any more damage. And if you are, you're in the position to catch it fast.
Yeah.
So that was the little nudge I needed to say, hey, you got this. You know, it's scary to make these decisions on camera because it's real easy to look like a fucking idiot on camera. Well, at least from a viewer standpoint, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, at least you're editing. You're the puppet master.
But still, but I'm just saying, like, say, like, hey, I'm gonna take this chance right now.
Yeah.
And if it fucking doesn't pay off, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But if it pays off, you're a genius.
You're a hero.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, and like we all, and
and I give you a ton of credit for being like, oh yeah, I talked to somebody and they gave me that confidence, and like even in the video you go on to say that because it's just like, like I can't even imagine what was going through your mind. When you're just like,
what a big ballsy move,
well,
right?
I'm just gonna rev it up and let the clutch out and see if it moves forward.
Yeah, there we go. But I mean, the thing is like, what else am I supposed to do, right? If say I had someone lined up, we then have to spend 2 days disassembling, and then like it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. 2 days, and that's filming days. I can't really. No one wants to watch me disassemble this whole thing.
Yeah,
and
being mad and grumpy.
And grumpy, and then the problem was too. We were counting on all the parts for the E36 to show up already, and nothing has even shipped out.
Nothing.
And then my coupe got fucking totaled, and so like that, we were gonna go. So like everything got, all my content, I guess you can call it, got screwed up for that.
Sabotage.
And then so like the S15 now not working, that means that's on the back burner again, and people just want to see me finish that car up because
same.
It's what I'm saying. Well, it's not that it's dragged on. It's just like it's been a few months in a YouTube world. That's a lifetime.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
because I started it and then we didn't touch it for 2 months because I was traveling. We couldn't get parts. This and this.
We had events.
But realistically, we've only worked on that car like
couple
2 weeks in June, if that, like a week and a half in June. And then like the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
You bought the motor from me like the first week of June.
And I put it in instantly, and then I didn't touch it because I had no parts.
Waiting for the trans.
Waiting for the trans forever. And then we were waiting for, what was the fucking, was it the turbo? No, what was the
manifold, right? No,
there was something else like that we were waiting for forever. Oh, the wire harness. I didn't touch it forever.
The wire harness didn't come till right before you came back from Ireland.
And then we put the harness on. Well,
last week.
The last week, yeah. And then we just did everything because it was like, I don't want to work on it again and then just have to wait for stuff. So
you had the engine in like the first fucking week.
So I think we have like 3 weeks worth of working time on that thing.
Yeah. Like a month, less than a month.
If that, we built the car fat. I'll say we built the car. I mean, it still needs shit, but like, so like
actually after today is actually pretty.
It needs dialing in.
Yeah.
But whatever. So like it's like whatever. I needed to get it done, right? So like taking it apart.
It's a whole ass car now, though.
It's a whole ass car now.
Yeah, it moved. And, I heard it make sexy sounds in the parking lot earlier.
It just sits sexy.
It looks so fucking good.
The yellow is just.
Wait till you guys see the next video. But the whole thing was, it was like I can't just like now just like spend all this work and money and whatever. So I have to take the chance. Like,
pay it off.
It's paying off so far.
I'm glad you guys didn't pull it out and just like send it to a machine shop.
Yeah, because it would have been another 2 months probably. Exactly. And then I would have finished it in the wintertime.
And then it just parked it in the corner.
Yeah, and then the car we forgot about. So like it's a big, so like that happening,
different vibe.
Really like it would have ruined the entire project because it would have, like I said, it would have been 2 months forgotten about, finished, parked in the corner because it's wintertime, and then boom, no one even cares what the car is anymore.
Right.
I mean, I still care because it's my car and I love it, but in terms of just like being an internet fucking person, I needed it.
Dude,
it's the hype car right now.
Yeah, it is a hype car. So like if that motor truly had to come out, the hype is now
it's gone. It doesn't have the same effect.
Exactly. So that's why it was just triple kill.
You're like building to the orgasm right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a boner kill. What is it?
Like if that thing,
the next video is
when you're pulsating.
Yes.
And that would have just been a straight
flick the left nut.
Yeah.
That's it.
Done.
Go home.
Grandma, get out of here. Close the door.
So that's why it like triple hurts, right? Because not only am I losing all this time and money and this excitement, but now I'm also ruining my job portion of it.
Yeah.
So it's a 3 kicks in the dick. You know what I mean?
Mental.
That's why this stuff hurts extra hard. You know, it's true. And each one hurts harder, you know?
Yeah.
So
the last one's in the balls.
Yes. Right straight raw. Yeah. I know, and it's probably something you don't think about it in that way, but that's really what happens. Like when I have a failure, it's not just the failure, the failure that sucks. It's everything that's around that failure that sucks. Yeah. So like the wins are great, but the failures,
the stakes are high.
The stakes are high.
That's what it is. The stakes are high.
So it's good so far. I'm gonna ride this victory out. If I can get one more fucking test drive in it, I'm a happy cookie. Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? Like if I could drive
it's getting cold quick.
Yeah. Nah, but like I just need I need to fucking just need high hopes, low expectations. You know?
There we go. God forbid, just perspective, Steve, one more time. If it didn't work out and you had to do that, I don't fully agree with the perspective of people wouldn't have cared about it if you'd have brought it on the one. They'd be fucking happy. People fucking rally around you fucking asshole. Shut up. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? They'd be like just as invested, like motherfuckers looking up parts and solutions for you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So.
I think he's just saying it just hits different.
I know the momentum. I get it. The whole what we just said. The boner, the flicking the nuts, the boner dies. It's like you get it back up and then handle your job.
I'm sure we would have figured it out regardless.
Yeah.
Like we would have figured something out.
Less impressive.
When we were talking the other night, I was fully prepared. Like if the next day you were like, "Oh, we're gonna pull the trans tonight," I was about to be like, "I'm canceling whatever I'm doing and I'm coming down to help." Because like
I would have been a stand up of you, man. Honestly,
I
did. My camera died. Give me 1 second. You guys could keep talking.
I did help Ant pull the trans on the E36 one time, and it was funny because like you see. I don't know if people notice it on camera. I notice it all the time, like the struggle of Jimmy and Ant being under the car because of the height difference.
Yeah,
so
like, they got
Jimmy's dead ass on his knees, or Ant is.
One of them are in a bad position because of the lift situation.
And like I had that working with Ant, and it was just like, wow, this is annoying. And Jimmy's like 2 feet taller than me.
There's moments where I can go on my knees and work on the car when Ant's under there.
Let's go with me, Ant.
Yeah, exactly. Look perfect together.
Yeah. Tiny little motherfuckers.
Yeah, that fucking week when we took the trans out 3 times in the coop. Oof. That's what got Spoon in the garage, actually.
Yeah.
We just need an extra hand to take the trans out.
That was nuts.
It was just heavy.
Yeah, that was nuts.
What a shitty way to get in.
I go to the gym for a reason.
See, that's what I was
There's been worse initiations in the history of initiations.
That's a good point. Well, like, circling back to the whole thing of Spoon kind of coming on heavy, like when you were away and stuff, I was here and it was just like, yo, this motherfucker was on a mission. Dude, it was like the Nazi regime was here. This dude is, I'm just sitting there and I'm like on my phone, like drinking a coffee like I do. And it's just like, he's just railing holes in Nissan's bumper. He's like, yo, we got to get Nissan ready. Like, I got to fix the bumper. I got to fix the front end. I got to wash this thing. And it's just like, you know, like I'm just.
You know how sick that was from my perspective?
I bet it was. I bet it was the
usually
best.
I got a drag and like it was like, and Spoon made decisions for me. It was weird. No one makes decisions for me.
Me and Spoon were talking about a lot of things that week. You know what I mean? And like, yo, Jimmy's gonna be very, very like appreciative of this, but I just wonder how this is gonna rattle his how it's gonna rattle his brain a little bit.
Soak in.
Yeah, you know, some of them are gonna be like, he might be a little mad at me about this, but he's gonna this is gonna be for the better. And then
it blew my mind.
I agreed with him on everything.
Too long.
But like just like dumb stuff like drift stitching Nissan's bumpers and like raising it up. I was just like,
don't raise another man's car.
He like, yeah, and I was like,
it was for the better.
I was like, he made that call. I was like, fuck, that's sick. Okay, yeah, that works great. You know what I mean? Like usually, like I don't know, like.
But those are the ones where we're like, shit, you don't raise another man's car, you think Jimmy's gonna trip out about it, or like, you know?
He went full blown boss mode where he was like, all right, Ant, you're gonna raise the car. I'm gonna go do this. We're getting this, that, this.
You know how dope that was?
Yeah, I was on a mission to get shit done.
I loved it. You know how? Okay, I gotta make so many decisions every day.
Yeah,
and I
realize that
decision making kicks your ass, bro. It's like mental fucking weightlifting.
Yeah,
and like it was so crazy just having someone like make the random decisions like for random stuff that like it was crazy.
I guess that's the luxury of having people that you could trust their decision-making skills just in general. Yeah, rare.
Yeah, especially when you're across the world.
Yeah, I was just in Ireland fucking.
Well, you had no choice regardless.
Yeah, it was sick. I loved it. Yeah, put me in. But it was a great great introduction. I want to say introduction, whatever. And I could tell like you wanted to show your worth.
Yeah, no, because you were dragging your feet for a while. So I was
with you. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let me just make a point.
It was hard to like pick that moment, you know what I mean? And like having employees is not only another.
It's a big decision.
It's a new overhead, but now you have someone who is dependent on you.
Yeah.
So like like if you think about it, like there's what five now,
five of us, 6 including you.
Eddie's not full time, but like
and I'm sure it was extra stressful on you because I'm literally giving everything up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, I'm not doing side work anymore,
and like I'm already over. Fucking teetering the edge of stress every moment.
Yeah, you were already stressed out with everything going on. This was pre-Ireland when you were sick, behind, stressed out, events back to back, like so much shit going on to where I get it.
Yeah.
But that week I was on a mission to make it.
Motherfuckers need therapy. I think I'm gonna say it on the podcast. I'll say it in private.
I think I'm good. Yo, I know.
I'm not saying you in general. No, it's like everybody could probably benefit from it. We're not doing normal shit.
No,
we need group therapy and we don't individual therapy.
Yeah.
But we're not toxic though.
Not. I don't think it has to do with being toxic. I don't think should be a negative aspect attached to that. I think people that carry heavy loads in life deserve to be like that.
My therapy is like my morning bitching. I'll just like bitch for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, but
right. I'll just bitch for 15 minutes and I'll be like, okay, there's my bitching for the day. And I'll just walk away. Right?
You guys, you walk away so fast after that. Yeah, you don't say a word. Nobody knows where you're going. He's just like, I'm on a mission.
And you come back ready to go.
I'm done bitching. I'm done bitching.
I've spent so much.
That's the gym for me.
Your whole 20s, I feel like, is meant to learn how to cope with yourself.
Yeah.
And I've learned my coping mechanisms. My 15 minutes of bitching in the morning is gone. Now we don't talk about negative shit.
That's just what they are. They're coping mechanisms as opposed to like actually like addressing them and dealing with an unbiased opinion. I think I haven't done it yet either. I guess I'm just bringing it up because it's something that I'm like interested in personally in my life. And I feel like everybody could benefit from it. We come from a generation where people just didn't do that shit at all.
Exactly.
For what? I don't know.
Everybody I know who's ever gone to therapy is just like, yo, it's the best thing. Yeah. They're like, you should do it even if you don't think that you should.
Should do it.
I mean, you hear Charlamagne the God talk about it all the time.
Everybody in the world. It seems trendy now, and I get it. Like, it's like, whatever. I don't want to hear that. It's almost like talking about like chakras and crystals and shit, but I don't think it should be categorized the same way because everybody could benefit from talking to somebody, especially talking to somebody with an unbiased opinion. We carry heavy loads. We're not doing normal shit. We're not normal people. We're not dealing with normal things. We have a lot of stresses in our life that
there's those conversations
we cope with our own ways. We probably benefit from just like woo-sawing it out every once in a while with somebody.
I mean, I've already benefited from just being around you guys.
Exactly.
Like the convos.
Yeah, but you got out of the basement.
For sure.
You were a quarter mile down the road in a fucking cave.
Spoon could have got a fucking a sun lamp and a cat, and it would have been the biggest improvement.
Sun lamp and a cat in the shop.
He's like,
I'm a dog person. No.
I'm gonna turn the sun on real quick, and he just starts welding. Yeah, but then he puts on a mask that makes it fucking dark again.
Exactly.
Not to drag out the therapy thing. Say one more thing. So you know my buddy Issa. He played in the NFL. One of my really good friends. He lost complete use of his I think not his dominant arm.
It's his right arm.
His right arm.
Yeah.
And through playing in the NFL, so through getting a settlement through the NFL, they make you go to therapy. They like force you to go to therapy. They have to mentally like analyze like your state of being.
Yeah, because your whole future was just
crushed. You know what I mean? And in order for them to compensate you, like pay you through their thing, their settlements, they have to analyze you and assess you. So I was living with him in Florida around the time when he was doing all that, because you got to go to every meet. If you miss any sessions, they won't give you your settlement, you know, so that you're late to any court date, anything, like that's it.
Stressful.
They won't
Stressful.
pay. So
this is money you're gonna need.
This is money you're gonna need. He got a really good settlement from the NFL.
And
after
I bet the NFL got a good ass lawyer too.
They're not playing around. They're not playing no games.
They don't want to give you money.
And great therapists. Yeah. Like top tier therapists on. So I get to sum it all up. What I'm saying is, I was there when he was coming back from therapy every time, doing group therapy, single therapy, and we smoke, you know, he smoked. So he would come back into the house and his eyes would be bloodshot red. And I would be like, damn, bro, was you just like getting high on the way back? Like smoke? He's like, bro, I was crying. And I'd be like, damn. He's like, nah, it was like the best shit ever. Like it was great. And I was just like, he was like one of the first people that was like, yo, bro, fuck all that shit, that anti-therapy, or just like, it's not no tough guy, it's not soft shit. It's like, bro, like I'm in there crying like a little kid, but I feel so fucking good because there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit we gotta get off, but
shout out to your boy.
Shout out to Issa.
Shout out to Issa. Issa's a good man.
Therapy's not soft, guys.
Whatever. We got fucking.
He's like, whatever. Fuck it.
Whatever. Fuck it.
I'll bitch in the morning for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. No.
I'm not toxic.
He wakes
we got state health insurance.
Facts.
Jimmy wakes up every day and he just goes, I'm gonna get $45 in Dunkin' Donuts. I'm gonna bitch for 15 minutes and then I'm good.
I'm Gucci.
$9.53 is like
$9.53.
I see your stories, dude. Sometimes you're double fisting, double bagging.
You want to hear what's bad, bro? I use
Dunkin'
the Dunkin'.
Donuts.
You want some from Dunkin'? You want some from Dunkin'? That's the favorite shit to do. Buy you Dunkin'.
I know I'm like a fucking fiend. It's like, hey, you want a drink?
You want some from Dunkin'?
You want a drink?
Yeah.
So,
you want tea?
Yeah, like, but if someone's drinking with you, you don't feel as guilty. So, like, they have a mobile app, and when you order on the mobile app, you get to skip skip the line. So when the line's long, you're like, ha, here I come. But the fucking app glitches all the time.
Yeah.
If you put it in your cart and then you go back and add to it, it orders what was in your cart already. So I've 4 up. Remember that one time I ordered 4?
The same order 4
times. I came in fucking
hella iced tea, hella tea.
Bro, the day I ordered 4 by accident, 4 times I ordered.
Sandwiches too.
And this was when I would, because this is what I do, right? I get a large, I chilled on this one. I get a large iced tea, right?
And a coffee.
And I get a small iced coffee because I wean my, I used to be obsessed with coffee. I love coffee, but
really,
my anxiety is just too bad to drink coffee.
Shout out to coffee.
Shout out to coffee.
And so
sausage, what do you do, sausage egg?
So I wean myself off of it, but I used to have a small, and it would be a half calf. So half caffeine, not as half decaf. Yeah, so it's just a sprinkle, right? Blah. And then I get
tea has caffeine in it.
Chill,
like more caffeine than coffee.
No, he gets no decaf.
Why are you talking about old shit?
Decaf.
Why you bringing up old shit?
Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna talk about that in therapy. Fuck you. Exactly. Now here's the thing. So the hash browns, right? It's light.
They slap.
It's a palate cleanser.
So that's light.
And then you get I get a sausage, egg, and cheese. Don't judge me on this, on a raisin bagel.
Yeah, that's weird. I
get it on everything bagel.
You know what it was though?
Shout out everything bagel.
I changed the bagel up every couple months. I gotta switch up. So that's my order. So imagine 4 of those. I remember
there was hella fucking sausage, egg, and cheeses.
You filled up the bed of the truck with that order.
You want a sandwich, bro?
It was in the PRC. So fuck these people, right? So it's a huge Dunkin' Donuts. It's probably the most busiest Dunkin' Donuts right here. Sure. It's doubled lane. They got like 12 employees working at once. It's crazy.
It's impressive.
And I walked in. Everyone is standing at the counter giggling. Right? I had no idea that place was. I walked in, it looked like the Queen just walked in, and they're all sitting there and they're all giggling. I'm like, what? And I just see my order spread out on the counter, and they're like, ha ha ha. I'm like, you knew this was a fuck up. Like,
y'all fucked up for that.
And they're just giggling at me. They're like, oh, let me help you bring it to your car. I said, no. Give me a tray. And I was just like,
dude, he will peer pressure you in the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
100%.
So when
he asked me the other day, he goes, you want something? I double ordered.
He won't stop. Mm-hmm. Dude, when I went with you to buy the Mark IV Supra,
yeah,
we leave and he's like, we're going to Dunkin' Donuts. We got the truck, we got the trailer, the cars on the truck.
There was no parking lot. I said, I'll figure it out.
We took up the whole parking spot. Like, we were the people that, like, you pull in and you're like, this motherfucker.
No, the license plate of the trailer was in the road and the fucking truck was in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
So
I said, we'll be fine.
So we go inside and they're like ordering. And he's like, Steve, you want something? I'm like, no, thanks. He's like, Steve, you want something? I'm like, no, thanks. And he put a fucking gun to my head. He's like, order something right now. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Just give me whatever you
Don't be disrespecting me not ordering Dunkin' in front of me.
Facts. Mad Dunkin' runs with Jimmy. But the thing about it is, otherwise you'll fucking starve yourself, and then you're the motherfucking the most hungriest person. I'm cursing because I'm passionate about it. Yeah. You're the most hungry person that I know. Period. Like you're always down to eat. Yeah. But you'll starve.
In grind mode, we won't stop because I'm the same way. We went the past 2 days without eating.
You gotta starve yourself. He comes in, he gets hangry. You're a hangry motherfucker.
So is Ant.
You're hangry too, but you don't be knowing it, and you suppress it a little bit more because you got the whole therapy. You know how to therapize. Therapize. That's a good word, right?
Therapize.
You know how to therapize. Yeah. But he'll starve himself, and then we're all us like, fuck, we need to eat, and then we just eat, and we scarf out, and Dunkin' is imminent again the next day.
The funnier part of that is like last night Jimmy called me and we're talking on the phone for I don't know whatever, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll come down tomorrow. He's like, all right, yeah, we'll get dinner. See ya. Just hangs up. Like, love you. And it's like, okay, so what are we getting for dinner tonight?
Dunkin'.
Nope. I'll go right back to Massachusetts. I ain't getting no Dunkin' ass donuts for dinner.
Hey, yo, bro, you like hash browns?
Hey, bro, you like hash browns? I know a spot.
You like hash browns, bro?
Put a little ketchup on them motherfuckers.
I got a spot.
So the camera overheated like 10 minutes ago.
Is it still recording or no?
No, it's fine though. Sorry, boys.
It's all good. This is good stuff though.
It was good stuff though. But
like an hour and 20.
Yeah, I think we're good on this one for tonight. We got to wrap some stuff. It was a good time. Yeah, you guys had a good time. I'm happy I learned some more things about Spoon. That's cool. Steve,
I'll be back on.
You're a great addition. I love it.
You can come back anytime you want.
You're welcome.
Let me know anytime you want me, and then I'll make an appearance. Because this was like at first I was kind of like Spoon. I was like, oh, all right, I'll just see how this goes. The headphones are weird.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so,
you get used to it.
It's so fucking loud, and now I'm like, oh, we're just having a conversation.
Normal. Like, when you take them off and you start talking normal, you'll be like, what is life? What is this?
What is this?
Speak up.
I said that when I went outside to get Andrew. I was like, dude, I got these headphones on. They're so fucking loud in my ears. I was like, I'm in my own world, and I put them down, and I was like,
what the fuck? Why is it?
Yeah, you look around like a newborn fucking deer.
Why is
your legs are weak?
Like, why isn't life equalized? Why is there no compressor on my voice right now?
Weird.
Well, fuck it. Let's hit the button. There we go. Well, thank you guys listening for another episode of the Jimmy Oaks podcast, brought to you by Talk to Me Nice Studios. Spoon, thank you for being on. Steve, thank you for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys.
We'll have more of them here, and we'll have one next week. I hate missing these things.
Whenever you want, I feel like Steve could be a good staple person if you ever, you know, and not all the time, but whenever you want to fucking come, you can pull up.
Let us know if you fuck with Steve on the podcast.
Let us know if you fuck with Steve.
Boo, 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 boo. Thank you guys for listening.
Make it a thing.